Hello! It's time for another ancient battle. This time we will do a real famous one. It's the Battle of Thermopylae, 480 BC. Very famous of these 300 Spartans that along with other Greeks, actually some Thebans and Thespians, did a last stand here against a Persian army of many thousand more soldiers and warriors than the Greeks had to field. Anyway, this is kind of a sequel to to Marathon, you could say. It's when King Darius I did attempt to invade Greece, the Greek mainland. This, in 480 BC, it's his Darius' son, Xerxes, who is located up there, tries to kind of avenge his father and do another invasion of Greece. And the Greeks managed to, or the Greek city-states managed to field an army together, led by King Leonidas of Sparta, and they chose Thermopylae as the place to take the stand because it's a good defensive ground. We have the Malian Gulf here, so it's sea on the right, and we have, I think it's called Mount Calidron or something here. So it's a real narrow place, and the Persians more or less had to cross this narrow pass here. So the Greeks did set up a defensive position here. And as I learned, they held off the Persians pretty good until they got betrayed by a local inhabitant here called the Ephialtes, who did tell the Persians of a trail over the mountains here, which they approached, marched through, and eventually turned up in the rear and flank of the Greeks. And then they got kind of surrounded and fought to the last man. And I think both Leonidas and Thermopylae here fell in this battle along with their soldiers. So that's what we have. I think in what happened then, after the Persians had worn down the Greeks, they did the invasion of the Greek mainland, and but eventually they were beaten by the Greeks in a naval battle, Salamis, and by that they actually retreated back to Asia Minor, to the Persian Empire. And I think there are some battles coming up, like Platea or something like that. Let's see. Let's do one at a time. So let's start with this Thermopylae, and this is the middle gate. So it's a kind of a zoomed-in battle. For these, they had these defensive positions here. I think this was some kind of a rampart or an earth wall they have built here for the defense. And we find a camp here, which is kind of important, as we shall see here. So in the War Council we have the Persians get 4 command cards in this game. They move first, and the Greeks get actually 6. And as I have told you guys in the first video, which is actually marathon of my Solitaire rules, if there is a 2 or more a card difference, I will deal the side with most cards 4 cards, and the side with lesser cards 2 cards. So that's how I'm gonna play it. So the Greeks will have 4, the Persians will have 2 cards in this game. And this is a really large battle. It's 10 banners, so we will see a lot of blood in this battle before it's over, that's for sure. And we have some special rules, of course. First we have the camp hex, which is located here in the Greek left. So if the Persians or Persian unit occupies the Greek camp hex at the start of the Persian turn, they will gain 1 victory banner. We remove the camp and they gain a victory banner. And that's permanent, I think, as we remove the camp from the board. The second rule are these Persian immortals, Persian elite units. Basically, they are medium heavy infantry, but they also can use bows. And we have 4 of them here. We have 3 here and 1 there. Hoplite infantry rule is in effect, so we can activate Greek hoplites with mounted cards. And we have the Spartan special medium hoplite units consisting of 5 blocks. And then, last but not least, we have the passage through the hills rules. Okay, so the thing is, the hills are impossible. They cannot, no unit can traverse here, unless you play, the Persian player plays a leadership card. This doesn't say it has to be a leadership card in this sector, or you need to play any sector leadership card, but so I will play it as if the Persian player plays any leadership card. I mean, that could be their left or center. I will allow them to activate these group of units that will do the traversing the mountains. So what we'll do then is to take the Persian units and leaders on the broken ground baseline hexes and move them to the Greek broken ground baseline hexes. So we'll just move them from here to any 3 hexes here. Actually, yeah, I think that could be done. I hadn't thought about that, but I could move more units here, I guess, and I'd again play a leadership, and they will eventually pop up here. I think that's possible. So we could, you know, pour in troops here to come into the Greek rear, not just these units, I mean, already on those broken ground hexes. What else? More ordered units may battle and momentum advance after the battle. However, the traversing of the mountains will cost them 1 movement. So these guys who only can move 1 hex, they can only end up here, and if they end up adjacent to an enemy, they could attack. But for instance, this auxiliary unit could actually move yet another hex, I believe, unless broken ground stops movement. I need to check that. And that's basically it for the setting. I think it could be a good thing just to go through some of the terrain. We have some special terrain here, and as usual I have done the setup. You can also see here I have 2 cards for the Persians have dealt 4 for the Greeks. We fight the 10 victory banners as said. There's only 8 in the game per side, so we will use these special markers for anyone getting over 8 victory banners. And as you can see, we have the Greek main force here, the Spartans, with these special hoplite units. We're also having some auxiliary in the rear, and on the flank some slingers. Over here on to the left we have allied Greeks, that should be the Thespians and Thebans. Hoplite units also down here, along with Thermopylae. And we have another, oh here it is, another light slinger unit with a range of 3, so we can actually reach quite a bit out on the field there. And in that camp we have an auxiliary unit. The Persians had their forward big force here, led by Mardonius, who is located there along with a medium heavy cavalry. The first line here consists of solely auxiliary units, and on the back we have bow units, the cavalry, some warrior unit, one warrior unit, could be a dangerous one, and over here we have more bows. Back here on their left they have the cavalry reserves along the coastline there, and more to the center we have Xerxes' elite reserves, I think you could say that. So we have 3 units of immortals there. We have a heavy cavalry unit there. I mean, this is a real iron fist. And we have Xerxes himself on board these heavy battle chariots here. Really dangerous units if it attacks Greek units on the field, I guess. And we have these special corps here, consisting of a leader, that's Hydarnes, along with some immortals, and medium heavy infantry, and also some auxiliaries there. And that would be the first force to traverse the mountains, I guess. So if you think of the battle plans here, I mean, I think for the Persians it's pretty, I don't know if it's I mean, there's no meaning in attacking with auxiliary against these hoplites and just get killed against the ramparts here. So the Persians, I quite sure they should rely on ranged combat and trying to wear down the defenders on the defensive positions here, and of course trying to get these guys over here to take that camp hex, and by that gain that victory token or victory banner from that hex. Also we could move up some reserves here. I mean, if the Greeks enter the field, we have cavalry and we have immortals and we have whatnot back there that could hit hard. We also have this warrior unit that's I think gonna be valuable. And I mean, 1 heavy cavalry and 2 medium cavalry, that's a pretty good strike force on the plains, I think. As for the Greeks, I'm not that sure what to do actually. It's I mean, just staying here in, I'd say, false safety. I mean, we would just be teared down by Persian missiles and eventually die off. So as I see it, we could do 2 things. One is actually to get off quickly from the rampart and attack the Persians. I mean, they have not too heavy troops in the front here, so we could do some real damage before it gets serious with the mediums and cavalry there. leaving something here, protecting the camp maybe, and for the Persian ambush here, or what to call it, and hoping we gain those 10 banners eventually. I think it could be close, but that would be a chance to win as the Greeks. The other plan I had in mind is actually to make this a kind of a skirmish fight in the beginning, at least, to see how it goes. I mean, we have these slingers here on the flank and here. We have auxiliary there, we have auxiliary there. We could bring them up on the ramparts and bringing back a hoplite unit to support the line. And then we actually would have 4 missile capable units up there. It's not enough to counter the capability of the Persians but in skirmish, but on the other hand we have some protection from the ramparts here. So I'm not sure which way to approach. My gut feeling says that the first option is what I'm gonna go with. I mean, attack and try to do damage here. I don't like staying here and just being, you know, fired upon with missiles and eventually fade away. So I think the Greeks like more to go down with a bang if they go down. I don't know. So yeah, let's have a quick look at the special terrain. We have the broken ground, we have the camp here, and we have the ramparts to see what effect they have on play. Okay, so for the broken ground, there's no movement restrictions for infantry. Cavalry and unattached leaders must stop. For battle, we have they can battle when enter. This means we don't have any movement restrictions and they can battle and so forth. So the auxiliary unit there, if they're moving out to this broken ground, they could actually move 1 more, but not battle them, because auxiliary can only move 1 and battle. But anyway, it could move 2 if it wants to. Mounted units may not battle when entering broken ground. Fighting in or out in is that only melee combat, or I think it's ranged also. It's restricted to 2 battle dice, and you can increase that by a card. Mounted units may not momentum advance if entering that, and it doesn't block line of sight. So that's the broken ground that we have. Sorry. Then we have the ramparts. No movement restrictions, so you can just walk over those how you want from any direction. Otherwise, direction is a thing here. It only protects kind of forwards to the yeah. So attacking from backwards or side doesn't provide you any benefits of defense here. So close combat. Defenders can disregard 1 sword and 1 flag. Ranged combat, disregard only 1 flag. Mounted units may not get any benefit. Line of sight is not blocked. This means basically guys behind here could fire over the ramparts if they otherwise are seeing the units. So again, back to the Greek battle plan. As the ramparts doesn't give that much support for ranged combat, which I think will be the Persians' first option in this battle, I think I will go with the Greek units to go down and attack. As I see it, it's the only way to do anything here. Otherwise we will just be, you know, mowed down by the Persian missiles. So I think by that we are ready to start at last. And if I remember correctly, it was the Persians who moved first. Yes. Also, going with the attack with the Greeks, I think it's a good idea based on the cards. I mean, the Persians are very much limited in how they can respond. I mean, we have 4 cards. It's pretty big chance that we can get some good card each turn, you know, pressing the Persians forward here. But let's see. And the Persians, I think, as long as they can, they will try to missile fire them out. And we also have the chance, you know, to go back here, as you know. So we have 3 units left or a double time. No ranged combat in double time. We could use, I mean, this could be a good card to counter the Greek offensive with the Immortals and stuff. It's only foot units, we cannot do a cavalry charge here, but I mean, the Immortals could do a big leap forwards and also attack in that turn. So this could be a real good card for the Persians eventually. But for now, I think I will go with 3 units left, meaning this side. And what to do? Should we missile fire or should we bring forward the cavalry already? I'm not sure actually which is the best one here. I think I will go with the missile fire. I mean, these guys have pretty good range anyway in movement. I mean, mediums go 3, so they can reach their line in one go, and the lights go 4, so they can indeed go end up anywhere on this half of the battlefield when needed. So I will go with the initial fire. And it's 3 units, and we have 3 units that are missile capable here. So let's just activate those guys. I will not move them, I think. No, I will not. Question is, what should we do? Maybe we should start... we could attack his slingers to, you know, limit his chances of missile fire, but I think I prefer to attack Leonidas actually. I mean, if we could weaken his unit and eventually get him killed, if we eliminate that unit, that would be good. So let's start with that. So we start with the auxiliary here, throwing javelins up the ramparts against Leonidas. And that's a miss. We're looking for blue symbols here. That missile unit cannot actually reach him. So let's just target the phalanx unit on the right side of Leonidas with bow fire, and we got 1 hit. So 1 down here actually, first blood. Down to 4, and we have another missile coming. Question is, should we now continue with the weakened unit or go with the original plan to attack Leonidas? I think I'll go with the Leonidas anyway. So we attack that unit. And 2 flags. These can actually ignore 3 flags now. 1 for supported, 1 for being on rampart, and 1 for having a leader on the hex. So no chance of retreat there. Anyway, 1 hit. I think the Persians are okay with that result. And we grab them another one and see what the Greeks can do then. Okay, they have the dark in the sky. I think the Persians would have preferred to get that one. We have 2 light troops and 2 in the middle. This is not too good actually. not a good hand for my plan, because I wanted to get the heavies or the hoplites, I'd say, forward now, but these are not good cards for that. So maybe, oh, let's flip that guy up. So I guess we'll start with some missile fire, then waiting. Oh man. By this card we could move through a friendly unit, so what we could do is to move the auxilia forward through our own enemy or units. I don't know. I still want to protect that, and I don't want to get in the way of the other guys either, so not a good. Okay, so I just go with the dark in the sky then. So we will fire twice with our slingers basically. So we have this slinger here and this slinger here. And let's see. Let's see if we can get some of his bow units to run away here. So these slingers will target that guy on the edge there. 2 dice, and we're looking for green symbols or flags. 1 flag, and he must retreat. So was it 1 or 2 hexes those guys retreat? Let's see. Bow units retreat 2 hexes. Okay, so these guys got seriously pushed back actually. And we got another fire here. And I think we just target nearest auxiliary that we, because I can't see the other bow unit there. It's line of sight is blocked. And nothing there. On this flank we'll do the same. We will target that guy on the edge, hoping to force it to run away. 1 hit actually, 1 green symbol here. Not bad. And we got another one. So now we could maybe force them away. Nope, a miss. So that's it. 1 hit there. Discard that card. And we hide the Greek hand. Draw a card and then see what the Persians will do. Okay, so now we have 2 on this flank instead, because I don't want to use a double time yet, so we're pretty much restricted to this new card we are drawing all the time, for now at least. I think I will not bother to get this guy up again, up to the front. I will just fire away with the guys that I have in range now. So yeah, I play this card. 2 on the right, and let's see, these guys are pretty much supported. They can take 2 flags, so not that good. Let's target these hoplites with javelins. Got 1 hit and 1 flag. This guy's supported and on rampart, so it can ignore 2 flags. But I'd say that was a serious hit. And we also got bows firing away against the same unit. Nothing there. So we are seeing some tough skirmishing here in the beginning. I think that suits the Persians very well. This is how they want to see the battle. Slowly grinding the Greeks down, right? And the Greeks are really needing to get some some cards to force the attack. Okay, now maybe we got that, because we got the inspired center leadership. So now we can do a big assault and follow it up later with these. I'm not too happy with having these two, but maybe they could be good eventually, who knows. So I think these two cards are good enough to attack. So leader's hex plus 4 adjacent. And I want to get close to those auxiliaries as soon as possible here with the Spartans. So this will be the guy who activates, and then we take 4 units. It will be these guys and also Leonidas. So march forward. These guys. Oh, let's play this card first. These march up to the rampart. These guys march down. Oh, it's pretty hard with these 5 block units. These guys and Leonidas and his gang, like that. So now we have the Greeks attacking over their defensive positions here. And since we have Leonidas, we could see some bonus combat happening there too. But let's start from this flank. Maybe I should concentrate hitting 2 units. Maybe, yeah, let's do that. So we attack with these guys against those auxiliaries. And that's 4 dice, because we're talking medium infantry here. And we're attacking lights, so no light symbols, but we got 2 sword hits and 1 flag. The flag he can ignore, so he take 2 hits. He will not retreat because he wants to hit back on the hoplites with his 3 dice. And no leader adjacent, so that's a miss, that's a hit, and that's a miss. So we got 1 hit on the Greeks here. And now those guys are hoping to finishing them off. 4 dice, 2 hits required. We got actually no hits at all, only 1 flag, which the Persian guys ignore. So they are holding really hard, fast their Persians, and they also hit back with 3. Let's see what they can achieve. That's 1 hit and a flag. The flag he ignores, but the Spartans are taking 1 hit here. That was a bit unexpected. I was pretty sure I'd eliminate that guy now, but he... tough. Next up will be these Spartan hoplites, and they will attack that auxiliary unit with 4 dice. Let's see if the right flank goes better for the Greeks. They have 1 hit, and they now get 1 hit for this also, because Leonidas is adjacent. So 2 down and a flag. These guys cannot even retreat, but they don't have to because they are supported. So they will fight back with 3 dice. And actually they have a leader adjacent, so they will also hit with leader symbols. Let's see. 1 hit, and that's it, and a flag, which we can ignore as the Greeks, the Spartans. So, alright. Heavy exchange here. We still have 1 unit, and that's Leonidas himself with his hoplites, who will now attack these reduced auxiliaries, requiring 2 hits, and we should achieve that. 1, 2, 3 hits. It's a gun, so maybe we have a breakthrough here. The other guys having heavy exchange with Persian spears here, but here we have, inspired by Leonidas, a breakthrough. And now he has the option to hit another unit with a bonus combat. And few good options here. We could attack the cavalry, but those can of course evade, which is not that fun. We have this really dangerous unit here, the warriors, who will attack with 4 dice. I would like to hit those and get those guys away, because as soon as they take casualties they will fight less efficiently in the future. The third guy I would like to attack is actually those, because they cannot retreat, so also flags would be hits there, which is really good for us as the Greeks. So I think it stands between the warriors or those guys, and I will roll a die to see what Leonidas' mind says. So 1, 2, 3 it will be the warriors. 4 to 6 we will attack the auxiliary. It's the warriors. Okay, so the Russian here killing off the remnants of the spear infantry and then attack those warriors with the momentum we gained from the rush up there. And that was a bit too ambitious of a combat. Okay, we got it's medium, so those are not hits. We got only 1 hit actually. I'm not too happy with the dice now. Those guys hit back, and as they did begin this battle in full strength, they will battle with 4 dice. And they got 1 hit too, and a retreat flag which I can ignore because I have Leonidas with me. Perhaps we of course need to check if Leonidas is a casualty actually. Could happen. Close call. But it didn't happen, so these will ignore the flag. And well, still a 4 strength unit, so it's still a big force to be reckoned with. So fierce action here. Let's hide the Greek cards and bring them a new one. And now let's see, is it time for that double time now or not? Okay, we got the line command and we got the double time. I mean, this is a pretty good cards. In a way, the Persians would prefer to have the cards that the Greeks have in their hand, and the Greeks would, I guess, prefer to have these cards that the Persians have on hand. So it's kind of crazy here. So how should we respond then? Double time is not good in the sense that we cannot reach the Greeks because we have own troops in between, so we cannot rush up with the immortals and attack. So I'm actually opting for the line command now and activate that part of the battlefield. The thing is that we should have a big line here, but we have a cavalry unit in the middle here, which is breaking the line of infantry units, so we cannot activate the whole group there. So we take this line command, and anyway, I'll play that, and now we'll activate these guys now. And we have a good target there. Those guys cannot retreat. They can though ignore 1 flag, but I think we could concentrate on maybe eliminating that guy this turn already. Otherwise, I think I'll attack Leonidas with those 2. So I'm not sure if I want to move actually anybody. One idea would be to move back these reduced unit to get into safety. Speaking of that, I forgot to take victory banner for the Greeks because they eliminated one of the Persians. So it's 1-0 now. Okay, again. Should we move back or should we attack? I think I will be a bit cautious and I will move back these guys. I don't know where yet. Let's move these guys here. Let's move them here. And move these guys here. Or should I stay with these guys perhaps? Nah. Let's do it like this actually. Because now I can also use ranged fire against those guys. And also, if needed, throw a, I can throw javelins from here as well. One die though, but anyway. So that's what I'm gonna do. I could of course move yet another hex with these guys to get them really into safety. And then I cannot battle. I think I'll do that actually. So I move them back all the way there. That's a more safe place for those. They're out of reach of the hoplites now. Yeah. Okay, so let's start on this part of the battlefield. I will fire against those hoplites with the bow unit, hoping to get the blue. Nope, we got a flag. Luckily for the Greeks here, they can ignore that flag. So nothing happened due to that fire. Then we have these guys. They will attack with 3 dice. Well, maybe this wasn't that good of a plan anyway, but we could reduce those seriously if we got a bit lucky. Nope and nope. So nothing happened here, but those guys will hit back with 4 dice now. I regret doing this actually now as the Persians. Anyway, we got 1 hit and 1 flag, so we need to take that hit. And we also need to retreat back. So we are forced back from where we came with these auxiliaries. Well, not that impressive. My fault. But we have another, maybe more important place to battle here. So we start with the warriors, I guess, because they have only 1 target. So the warriors will attack Leonidas with 3 dice, because they are now reduced, so they are down to 3 dice instead of 4. They didn't hit at all. They got a flag, which Leonidas will ignore because he wants to hit back. He will do that with... Oh, now maybe the tide turns here. 2 hits and a flag. 2 hits, we got the flag. We want to take it. The thing is, let's see how much the warriors need to. I mean, they have only 1 retreat hex. The warriors retreat 2 hexes. So if I don't ignore that flag, I will be eliminated, and I of course don't want that. So I will stay there. Pretty badly beaten, and the Persian plan is failing here. They were hoping to inflict some more damage, but we have 1 more, so we will do the same here. The auxiliary here will attack Leonidas. That's 3 dice. Okay, it's 2 flags. 1 he can ignore because of Leonidas, but the other one he needs to take because he's not supported otherwise. So he's forced back actually here. So he cannot hit back against those auxiliaries if that's a... and that's, I guess, a good thing, but Now it's a question, should I follow up? I think I'll do that to place me adjacent to the leader, getting a more chance of good rolls. Well, I guess the Persian player is not too happy with the development of this turn. We still had the Greeks to go as well, so let's do that. They now have, okay, good cards to follow up the initial attack, which was not that impressive, but maybe it can be now. So I will of course play the 3 in the center. And I will try to get more guys into action with the leader here. So I will activate Leonidas hoplites, I will activate those hoplites, and I will activate those hoplites. So I'm hoping to eliminate that guy now. So move those up, these move down. Yeah, I think I'll do that, and Leonidas will stay put. So let's start here. We attack with Thermopylae first, because if he managed to get that guy to retreat, we still can hit with another time here. So we got 1, 2, 3 hits, and that should be enough. Yep, it's enough. Those guys are eliminated, and we get another banner for the Greeks, and we will for sure momentum advance here and attack again. These guys will now evade and only have one place to do it, so they will go here. The Persians are hardly pushed back. We still need to roll those 4 dice, because any greens are actually hits, and we got 1. So one of the unit of one block of the bow unit is removed there. These guys don't have any targets anymore, because it was a really successful attack there. But we have Leonidas, who will attack. I think I go for that, because if I manage to eliminate those guys, I can hit again. This can ignore 1 flag, but there is a chance to eliminate that guy actually. What do we get? 1, 2, and 3 hits. Not bad at all. We barely made it alive, and can hit back with 3, and now he also hit with leader symbols. He got 2 of those and 1 of these. Okay, this was a hard exchange. This was expensive for the Spartans. And we also need to check the fate of Leonidas in that attack. No problem there. But as it is, the Persians to go next time, Leonidas is in big danger. He has a full auxiliary unit adjacent to him here. So this we could see some Persian victory banners coming up already next turn. Okay, discard that 1. Sorry. And oops, I lost a card there. Draw them another one, and I think this is enough for this video. A short recap. The Greeks were not too happy with waiting here. They wanted to attack, but initially we saw some skirmish anyway. Basically because of the Greek hand, we couldn't force that attack yet in the first turn, but in the second turn we got what we wanted. So the Greeks assaulted. Not an impressive assault over the walls here, but well, the Persian response was not that impressive either, so the Greeks managed to get momentum again, killing off a few of the units here. Actually 2, so we have 2 banners, and some other units are very heavily damaged here now. Also pushing back the bow units here. This flank is more or less intact for the Persians. So the Persians, I think, need to respond hard now. They have units to do that, and we know they had the double time, so they can now reach some units here. Maybe they want to play that card now. Yeah, that's basically it. And they also have the cavalry reserve. You should not forget about that. It could be play an important role in this battle eventually too, mopping up some units. And the biggest concern for the Greeks now is Leonidas with his small force of surviving hoplites there, Spartan hoplites. It's too close to strong enemies here to be safe, so yeah, let's see what happens next turn. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you back in part 2 of Thermopylae. Bye bye.